Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Fort Salem Witching Hour podcast. This is a fan-run podcast where we delve deep into all things Motherland Fort Salem related. As always, I am your faithful host, Jesse, and joining me in the virtual recording studio is my excellent co-host, DJ. Hello, DJ.
Hello, Jesse. How are you this evening?
I am terrific. I am super excited for today's special guest. So without further ado, fans, just because season 2 has ended does not mean the fun has to stop with it. And boy, do we have a fun surprise lined up for you all today. We are thrilled to welcome an amazing guest onto the show. She blasted onto our screens this season and quickly won us over with her incredible performance as Nicta Baton, aka the founder of The Spree, an all-around badass witch. I am so excited to welcome Arlen Aguayo-Stewart to the show today. Arlen, welcome to the podcast.
Hello, thank you for having me.
We're so excited. I'm so excited you're here. You're on this like media blitz lately. You're showing up in YouTube like videos. You're doing interviews all over the place. So we're so humbled that you agreed to come on our little show.
Oh my God, I'm humbled that you asked me to be here. Like, not even. I'm just, I feel very happy to connect with all of you in whatever way I can. So I'm very excited to be here.
Amazing. Well, so we put the poll out on Twitter. We said, Arlen's coming on the show. What questions do you have? And we got approximately 11 billion questions from our fan. We have so many, we have like pages of questions. We have done our best to distill them down. So
okay,
we got to make sure our fans get their money's worth today. So let's get right in there today. All right. So our first question comes to you from one of our longtime listeners and fans, Queer Sci-Fi Nerd. And she wants to know. Great, thank you. She wants to know, how did you get the role for Nicta, and what drew you to the role of Nicta in the first place? So maybe you can sort of break down a little bit about the casting process, you know, how the sausage gets made and getting sort of a role like this.
Well, I got a kind of like cryptic breakdown, because you just kind of get breakdowns as an actor. And it essentially kind of said that this was a soldier that looked up very intensely to this general, and that they had had a hard life, and that was kind of it, and that things might turn. And I was like, okay, that's very little to go on. And my scenes were the ones in Liberia, because essentially I was just being cast for young Nicta. I was not being cast for elder Nicta.
Really?
And and this was all self-tape because this is COVID times. And it was very short. I was like, okay. So I kind of did it. I sent it in, and I was like, I had so many auditions that week. It was like the shortest, easiest one to do. And I had like, it was just so simple. Like, you know, the lines aren't that, they're like, this is my work. What do you think about it? Canon? And that was the vibe. And then I got a request to redo the tape. And I was like, okay, sure, I'll redo it. And this time I was like, okay, I need more backstory, because I really don't know who this character is. So I just invented a whole bunch of stuff for who was in the church, and why they were dying, and how I was connected to them, and that maybe I had not had a father figure in my life, and someone in that church was that father figure, and I found out. And then it was like, just so that the depth of the scene was just like strong enough, still not knowing what this is about. And yeah, my reader was just like, that was really good. And I like put some little tears there, sent it in, and that was it. Also, my reader was like, Arlen, like more like a kid in the foster care system though. Like, I want to do something darker. And I was like, okay, sure. And they did send me one note. They said the one note is that this character's power is that they can make other people kill themselves. And I was like, okay, all right. So yeah, I sent that in. Chill, got some other work. And I was in and out of Vancouver. And then they were like, yeah, you got this role on Motherland. And also I didn't really know what the show was, and I couldn't really access it here because I didn't have access to Hulu or Freeform. So prior to that, I was watching like Abnormally Adam's YouTube videos to try to pick apart what the show is about in between all the reactions. So I was like, okay, I kind of get the vibe. and I was out there shooting another show. So I was in between being this pregnant woman with COVID and being this redacted soldier. And I spoke to Jess, and Jess was just like, yeah, like your character's so exciting. Later, we're going to have like Hannibal Lecter scenes. And I was like, I don't think I'm playing that character, because like everywhere I see it just says Arlen young Nicta.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, you should talk to Elliot. And I just wanted to talk to Elliot because I was just like, what?
What am I doing?
Yeah, what is this?
And I know. And Elliot was so lovely and totally was like, yeah, let's talk about it. And I like kind of gave him some of the backstory I'd created, and he was like, ooh, love that. And like then it all started to align. And then I went to the show, and I was like, oh, okay, the leader of the spree. Okay, no big deal. But at that point, like it was clear to me that they were going to be casting someone else to play the older version. And so after all this back and forth for the other show and this show, I kind of got back home, and I had my like suitcase that was just for my flights for these shows. And I was like, I guess it's time to unpack you, get anything back there. Okay. And I think there was one more scene for Nick to film. And it was just like the soldiers looking at the church. And I was like, oh, they're just going to get like a stunt double. Like I really am never going back. And so everything was, kind of sad. And then I got a call from my agent, and she's just like, hey, just want to double check your availability for 2021. And I was like, yeah, pretty clear right now. And she's like, so they want to offer you the full role, top of show, pack your bags. You're going to be leaving for like 3 months. Okay. And that was it. And I was like, ah! And it was really exciting. And Jess had also like, Jess was convinced I was going to play the full character. And I was just like, I don't know, Jess. And she was just like, I know you are.
She was just clairvoyant. She just knew you'd be coming back.
And when we said bye, she's like, see you soon. And I was like, Jess, don't do this to me. But she was right. And so, I came back, and it was just so exciting to like dive into. And at that point, it was like, okay, then I was writing tons of backstory just to get to where we are for each episode. Everything that Nicta did, I was like, what? So I was like, Elliot, let's have a chat. Like, what are the fundamentals of the spree? Like, how did this all get built up? I was like, we're this apparently terrorist organization, and I need to believe in what I'm doing, obviously. And I felt like he cleared up a lot of the misconceptions about the spree, because season one, we really see the spree through the army's eyes. And so I got to build that other part of that story. And so that is how I got to play Nick to the 10.
Oh my God. That's an incredible story. That like has exceeded.
That is awesome.
That's amazing. Now, when you were first, so you got the breakdown, did you even know what show? What did you know it was Motherland Fort Salem? Did you at least have that? Or did they're like mystery show magic? Like,
oh no, there she goes.
She's back.
You blitzed a little bit.
Mystery show.
I
know. I got a trailer, and I was like, this looks really, really cool. It was just amazing in the trailer. But then again, I just couldn't access it. So I was just like, what's going on? Like, I just didn't know what was up. But yeah, like I eventually got to, as I started to get more involved in the process, I got to have more access and get to see things. And I obviously got to see season 2 this year. So I'm very happy about that.
That's good.
Yeah.
So did